So Debbie's asking this, someone by the name of Debbie, what does God think about us telling kids there's a Santa Claus? Now, I mean, I don't know for sure what she means. Does she mean, what does he think about us trying to teach our kids there's Santa Claus? Or does she mean having fun with the Santa Claus figure? Maybe you could just, whatever you want to say on that issue about Santa Claus.
Well, I would just say this, he's in heaven. That might cause a little row with some people. But St. Nicholas, that was the other thing I usually talked about at Christmas time. St. Nicholas was a real person. He lived on this earth. He was from Turkey. I think he was a high up person in the church. And the one thing that he would always stand for was the validity of Christ being the Son of God. He would never tolerate someone coming through town trying to convince people that he really wasn't the Son of God. He didn't handle that very well. He had a staff, and that wasn't just to lead his carriage around. He would actually confront these people who were heretics. And all this is true. It's all recorded in history books and other places like that. But he would not tolerate that happening. He was also very wealthy. And yes, he actually, this very person, which was called St. Nicholas. People don't like the word saint. It says in the Bible, we're all saints of God. So just so you know that, we are the saints of God. That's what one of our names is, as the body of Christ. And so St. Nicholas was called that because of his relationship on behalf of Jesus Christ and what he stood for. But he actually did get gifts and leave them for children. That was something he did in his life. He had decided to do that. And he blessed children, especially those who couldn't have anything of their own. He blessed them all the time. And he did this for most of his life. I'm trying to remember what century that was in. I don't remember right now. But anyway, that was something he did. So we're talking about a real person. We're not talking about a made up plastic thing in the sign of a store or something like that. So St. Nicholas really existed on the earth. He lived in Turkey. He did give gifts to children. So all that part is very true. And when you go to heaven, you use your gift. Well, that's what he's doing in heaven. That is what he's doing in heaven. And he gives out gifts still to children. Jesus Christ actually comes and they create toys together. And you may not like me saying this, but I'm a person of truth, and all I can share is what was shown to me or told to me. And so I don't think he minds. I don't think he's threatened by him. I think that this is the one time of year that people actually forgive each other. They help each other. They reach out to do things that they never would do before. I think this is the beautiful, wonderful time of the year. It's not just about who Santa Claus is or isn't. It's about giving. It's about caring. It's about sharing. And this is looked forward to by many people in the earth, sometimes the only time they get something given to them. Sometimes the only time they get to attend a service that actually talks about the Son of God. And so that's the way I always look at it. I don't look at it like Satan Claus or something like that. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
And God doesn't think of him in that way either, especially since he lives there. He would never call him that. You'll find out yourself one day when you get there and you see that all of this is true. But this is a beautiful time of the year. Please consider helping somebody. Please consider reaching out to others that have less than you do. I think that would bless the heart of God more than what you think about man's traditions.
And with the fact that St. Nicholas was really a real person, of course, I'm guessing he's not wearing a red suit in heaven, but maybe he is. I mean, what have you seen? Have you seen anything with a beard and a red suit?
I saw him with a robe. He had a robe on. I think it was red, a red robe. He certainly has a white beard, absolutely. And he lives where it snows in heaven.
Oh, that's perfect. So now what do you think then, Kat, or what the parent may also be saying, well, what if I want to take my little 2- and 3-year-olds and say, let's go see Santa in the mall? What about that? Is that good? Is that okay?
I think that's a decision they have to make for their own child. We kind of always knew that was something that just portrayed a person who really lived on the earth, and that we were excited that somebody actually cared to give.
Yeah.
So that's my own decision. That's the decision you have to make for yourself. I don't think people should be criticized. There's so many people involved in Satanism and witchcraft, and nobody says anything. It's like, I guess it's okay to do that, but not to do something for somebody who's doing kind, good things.